And if you can see a meta ads campaign on the screen, if you can see my screen and also the meta ads campaign dashboard on the screen, just confirm. Okay, great. Pratik can see it. Hope for peaceful journey. What is your name? Uh, there are a lot of people who are confirming they can see it. Great. So when you have to optimize the campaign, there are two, three things that you need to understand before you get into the optimization process. The number one and the most important optimization tip is to understand that Meta works on a CPM model. CPM is cost per mille, which means uh, it will charge you for showing your ad to 1000 people. So that's the budget matrix you can track. In addition to that matrix, there might be a lot of other metrics which are important, but that's the starting point. So that is the first thing you can control. So whenever you get into an existing account or maybe even your own account, the first thing that you should look at is what is the cost per mille, what is the CPM. So in a typical Indian account, like Indian Shopify account, the cost per CPM will be around, cost per mille would be around 200 rupees or less than that. The lesser it is, the better it is. Let me open a sample report and then maybe we'll discuss how to build such report in your, for your campaign. So if you see here in this report that I'm displaying on the screen, this is one of the sample report that we have for analysis of our accounts. So in this, if you clearly see the CPM matrix for an account, this is an INR. The CPM data that you see here is like 149 is a starting point, and this is a daily data. Actually, we are, when you're doing a detailed analysis, you go through the daily fluctuation, what kind of fluctuation is going on in daily. So this is a daily basis data for one single campaign. If you see here, the CPM is 149 rupees. Okay. uh, on second day it is coming down to 122, on third day it is going back to 140. So on an average, this is the CPM we are tracking. If you look at the average of 30 days, it is around 110 rupees. That's the average. So if you look below, I mean in the, by the end of the month, we were able to bring it down significantly. So from starting to at 149, we tried to brought the CPM down, and ultimately we were able to bring it down by below 100. So which is a very good sign for any campaign if you can bring your CPM down. So simple reason why CPM matters is, look at these numbers. This is the number of impressions. So if you are able to deliver your campaign to 1000 people just by costing only 149 rupees, you are able to deliver your campaign to a lot of people. So in this case, the unique reach, so if you have to understand this matrix, impression is the number of times the ad was visible in somebody's screen. It need not be the complete ad, even 30% ad is visible in your screen, in your feed, left, right and center, anywhere, Meta will count that as one impression. Okay. Unique reach is how many unique people have seen this ad. That means there might be a lot of people who have seen the ad more than once. It could be two times, three times, depending on the frequency. Now there is one important thing I want to tell you here. So typically for an Meta ad campaign, we need a minimum touch point of at least 7 to 8 before anybody can convert. Okay. For a high value luxury item, that frequency can be up to 20 times. Let's say somebody is purchasing, making a purchase of 3 lakh, 4 lakh rupees, or maybe 50,000 plus. Then you will have to have a frequency which is much higher, because there are two reasons for that. One, you're targeting a very limited audience when you go into the luxury segment, and when you filter it out even further, so let's say I want to target people who are interested in interior, also interested in luxury item, the number of audience will come down significantly. So you want to convert from that audience only, because everyone else will not be able to buy your product. So you want to focus more on that, and you want to actually make them like convince them to purchase your product. So you show them again. The frequency can go to up to 18 to 20 also. But in a typical awareness campaign, you try to limit it around one. If it is not just an awareness campaign, your focus is sales, you want to maybe increase the frequency to at least two or three, because then you want to like convert people quickly. And especially when it is a remarketing campaign, the frequency will be much higher, because remarketing, you have a limited audience and you want to sell it to them only, right? So you will keep serving the ad till the time they make a purchase, or they completely start ignoring you. When Meta gets signal that this guy has some kind of ad fatigue, or he's not interested in your campaign, that is when you stop. So this is the frequency. So these are some important metrics: impression, reach, frequency, and CPM. So these are the three, four metrics that we call the ad delivery metrics. These are the metrics where you can have some kind of control. Okay, you can decide whether CPM is can be brought down by doing something. So what's something that you can do if you want to bring down the CPM? And do not get confused by this report. This is very easy to create. I'll tell you how to build this report very quickly, just on a maximum 2 to 3 minutes you will be able to build such report. Then if your CPM is high, there could be two reasons. First is maybe you are not able to select the right audience. And when I say right audience, it need not be like your audience is correct, but then it is very narrowed down. So even if you don't have a right audience, you may have a CPM very low. It's possible. Maybe you are throwing ad on a broad audience, you will get a very good CPM, because there are a lot of unnecessary people who are coming in your campaign, they are not related to you, but you have a very good CPM. So that's not a good indicator. What you have to do rather is you have to find the right combination, where you are sure that the audience that you're serving your ad is right, but it is not narrowed down to such a significance that you're participating in very less number of bids. So CPM is a simple indicator of how, Arpita, good evening, how many people you are targeting, right? Good evening, Harjit. So it is a simple indicator of how many people you are targeting, plus how many people are actually seeing your ad. So the lower the CPM, the better your reach would be, right? That's a simple connection between CPM and reach. If your CPM is high, people are low. So the number of people who are in your account, in your target for this campaign, the number is low. You can increase your audience size, your CPM will definitely come down, because then Meta will get a chance to participate in more number of bids, right? So that's one matrix you should track. Second important thing here is, if your CPM is high, there is a highly likely chance that your ad quality is not great. So if you suddenly you see that I was having a good campaign and suddenly everything starts going up, CPM starts going up and number of clicks start going down, that means there is an ad fatigue. So ad fatigue is a concept where if you see an ad multiple times, let's say if you see an ad 6 to 7 times in your uh, feed, but you're not interested in that product, your brain will automatically start ignoring that kind of ads. So they, in your life there might be a lot of ads when you're browsing through Instagram or Facebook, where you see those ads almost every day, but you simply ignore them, right? So in that case, the CPM will be like on an average good, because those people are seeing your ad. So CPM is delivering the result, but the CTR will be low, because they are not interested, they're not clicking, they are not engaging with the ad. So you have to be very careful on choosing the number of audience. Like this should be the minimum size, so that you have a good CPM, under control CPM. And second, you have to keep switching the ad copy, keep switching the creative. So creative, Meta is called a creative first platform, and it works on a simple matrix. So if you have not understood anything so far, if you can just understand the next line that I'm sharing with you, that would be more than enough for you to like talk in an interview. So see, Meta is a creative first platform. And when I say creative first platform, everything that you see on Meta in Facebook is creative, right? Everybody's adding pictures. There are a lot of pictures, there are a lot of videos about your friends, about your family members, about the people you follow. They are not ads. But when you're delivering an ad, what you're trying to do is, people who are scrolling, you want to break that pattern, right? So that's called pattern interruption. Basically it means you want to interrupt the user who is going through a particular cycle. When they are scrolling, you want to break that pattern. So it works on a pattern internship. Basically pattern has to be broken. That person is should look at your ad, that person should engage with your ad, you want to stop them there. So interruption is one of the method which Meta uses to. And you as a creative designer, you have to look at the headline, you have to look at the creative, whether it is able to break that pattern of scrolling and engaging with the ad. And for that there is something called hook. You have to increase your hook quality. And for that, so in 30-40 minutes I cannot talk about entire optimization process. Hook quality is judged by how many people are looking at the video for 3 seconds. That is, if there are a lot of people looking at your video for 3 seconds, that means your quality of hook is good. How many people are looking at your video for entire video, that means the story is good. How many people are taking action, that means your CTA is good. So that's completely a different class. I don't want to go into that right now. But CPM is first metrics that you can track, and these are called ad delivery metrics. So impression, reach, frequency, and CPM, and how many people are clicking after seeing the ad, that is called your CTR, right? So CTR is nothing but number of people who actually have seen your ad divided by the number of link clicks. So your average CTR will come there. CPC is cost per click. So overall 755 people clicked and we paid 3,363 rupees for this clicks. That means the cost per click is around 4.45 rupees per click. That is the cost that we have spent. Now once you have reached till here, all the ad delivery metrics which are more in control at Meta are over. Now content view, the moment you start looking at the content view metrics, you're looking at your website performance, you're not looking at the performance of your ad within Meta, right? Now there's cost per content view, which means how many people are looking at the number of pages they are looking at. All those things come in the content view and cost per content view. Now if you see here, there are some important metrics here. There is an add to cart, there is a cost per add to cart, then you have cost per add to cart, then you have cost per checkout, then you have cost per purchase. So these are the user journey metrics, which means from content, from looking at your product. Content view means people are exploring your product to adding to cart. So from, let's say, 1300 people actually looked at your product. Out of those 1300 people, only 410 people added that item to cart. So there is a drop of one third, right? There is a drop of one third. From that one third trend, now only 116 people actually clicked on checkout initiate. So there are a lot of people who have left the item after they have added the product in the cart. Now if you have to optimize for these metrics, you have to see what is the problem. Is it the user motivation? Do you have a pricing related issue? Are people not finding the value for money in your product? Those are the things that you need to understand when you are analyzing add to cart versus checkout initiative. So if I am clicking your product on your website, adding the item to cart, I can leave your item in the cart. What could be my reason? It could be I don't want that product. After I've added the product to the cart, I understood that it is not value for money, so I leave it. There could be technical reason on your website. Maybe after adding the item to cart, entire page reloads and it is taking a lot of time to before the user actually make the next action, and they will be frustrated and they will leave the website. That could be another reason. So from your adding to cart to checkout initiative, there is a drop of almost 70%, right? It came down to from 400 to only 116, right? Then finally you have the people who actually made the purchase. So for this particular order, only 9 people made the purchase. So from your ad, if you start looking at the number, we were able to show our ad to 22,000 people, like 22,000 times, and it was reaching to around 17,000 people. And out of those 17,000 people, there were 755 people who clicked on the link. They explored more than 1300 different products on our website. Now out of those 1300 people, there were four, like 1300 are not the number of people are only 755. So link click is the number of people who clicked on a link, came to your website. Content views is similar to impression. How many people, how many content part in your website, like they visited the multiple website pages, they may be looking at two different pages. So 1300 pages were viewed, and your add to cart was 410, which means 410 people added an item to cart. Then finally, 116 initiated a checkout, and the last metrics is only 9 people made the purchase. So this is a complete user journey. You started from 22,000, 17,000 people, and it finally came down to 19. And your cost will also vary accordingly. Finally the cost per purchase is 373. Now when you are optimizing the ad, you have to look these important metrics. So cost per purchase is one important metrics, cost checkout initiative is another, wherever there is money, that is an important metrics for us. Cost per added to cart is another important metrics. Then you have cost per content view. Then you have your cost per impression. Now what you have to see is there is a relation between CPM, CPC, which is cost per click, and cost per purchase. So you have to keep looking that number. So if you just bring down your CPM but your cost per purchase goes up, what is it indicating? It indicates that you've added new audience in your campaign. So your CPM came down because Meta is able to participate in more bids, but they are not good audience, they are not your target audience, and that is the reason lot more people are seeing your ad, but they are not finally converting, right? So there is a pattern, right? We are able to identify a pattern in day one. Ultimately when I'm optimizing the campaign, I should be able to bring down the cost per purchase, cost per mille, which is CPM, and cost per click. So all three metrics are connected to each other. If you bring down the CPM, your CPC and CPA goes up. That means the audience you brought in is not the quality audience. You have to maybe again go back on a drawing board and again redraw the audience that you're targeting. So that's the relation between different metrics. Now how do you optimize? If you are at the CPM level, the simple optimization is only two: you can fix your audience or fix your creatives. That's the only thing you can do at the CPM level. On the website, if you have problem in your core add to cart, if you have problem in your checkout initiative, then look at the price that your competitors are giving versus what kind of prices you have. Is there a sale going on in maybe Amazon, Flipkart, or other like $1 billion sale or whatever they have every year? There might be a lot of people coming to your website, but they'll not make a purchase because they will go to compare the product, the prices on Amazon. They'll not purchase with you, they may go back and check there, right? So that could be seasonal also. It could be other reasons, like other people are running the sale, you're not running, that could be possibility. The product prices on other websites is cheaper than what you have. Your website is loading very slow. Your add to cart versus checkout form is very long. You are asking too many details which you should not be asking. Even adding or removing a one form, one single item within your form can make a huge difference. You have seen recently there are a lot of apps where you only add your phone number and they will pull your all your address, billing information, everything from your previous orders, right? You've seen those kind of apps. So that is the reason these kinds of apps are added, because you want to increase your add to cart to checkout to purchase ratio. That is very very important, because all the hard work that you have done to bring somebody till this level, all will be wasted if you are not able to initiate checkout and finally make a purchase, right? Now there is one more metrics that is important here, and that metrics is in the conversion. Now if you're running an e-commerce ad, this is one of the like holy grail metrics for you, which is called average order value, right? This is very very critical for running a profitable campaign. You have to understand these two metrics. One is your ROAS, return on ad spend, and second is average order value. So the moment you have a better average order value, your purchase ROAS will also come up. It will go up according to the average order value. So the average order value simply means uh, what is the average revenue I'm getting per order. Even if your cost per purchase goes up and your average order value also goes up, that's a good sign. You're getting good customer. Maybe you have a limited inventory of audience, but they're good, they're high value purchases, they're making good purchase, they're liking your product. So do not ruin a campaign that is going giving you a good average order value. So this is also an important metrics for you to take care. Now thing with average order value is that you also think of something called customer lifetime value, and for that there are different methods. You can increase that using your remarketing. Maybe if your product is good, people will come back and buy. So LTV is another metrics that might confuse you. Average, for this optimization purpose, I'll stop at average order value. So you'll see a clear connection between the cost per purchase and average order value and the purchase ROAS. Ultimately a business owner will look at this number, right? This is critical. Now in an Indian scenario, 2.88 or like anything below 3 is not profitable mostly. The reason is people think that if I'm able to bring one ROS of more than one, it is profitable for the business. It might look profitable, but actually it is not profitable because you end up paying 18% GST, and the spend that you see here does not include the GST. So this spend that Meta is showing you, it does not include the GST. So there's an 18% GST. Then there are a lot of other complexity goes on. There might be issues related to returning RTO. There's around 15 to 20% RTO in a like prepaid orders. You might getting a lot of prepaid orders here. You don't know, right? You are just looking at the average order value. So you have to keep that in mind, that anything below 3 will not be much of a profitable. You might either break even or not even break even closely. It would be less than the break even. So that's the typical scenario you need to keep in mind. So average order value is another important matrix. Now we have understood so far that in order to optimize the campaign, the first thing that you need to look at is the CPM, cost per mille, which is like how much you're spending to reach 1000 people. That is the first thing you should understand. Once you understood that, what you can do to optimize that, there are two actions you can take. Either you can increase your size of the audience, that is one possibility. Second is you can also improve your creative quality. Whatever creatives, whatever videos you're using for this ad, you can improve that. Now second metrics on this side, if people are adding your item to the cart, or they are looking at the item but not adding to the cart, there are certain actions you can take. Maybe you can add some 10%, 15% discount for people to actually start engaging with you. Maybe give your email ID, give their email ID to you. uh, when you go to e-commerce website, you've seen those kind of pop-ups, right? When the moment you land on a site, they immediately ask you to sign up and get 10% discount. So those are the actions that you want to take for people who are looking at your content to immediately take some action, right? Otherwise they'll just look at two products and leave. So all the actions that you have taken so far are completely gone, right? So you want them to add item to cart. There could be some issues related to your website that you need to fix. If you have this kind of ratio, which means your content view to add to cart versus checkout is going significantly down. So if you see, we are losing almost 70-80% in each level, from content view to add to cart, from add to cart to checkout initiative, checkout to actually purchase. We are losing almost 70-80% people at every stage, right? So that is the way you analyze these metrics. Now how do you see, where do you find these metrics inside Meta's platform? If you have to do that, you have to click on reports. You see this reports here, you see the reports on the screen. Just confirm if you can see the reports. I'm trying to zoom in. I think it's not working. Just like actually it doesn't work here. So now I've zoomed in using this Chrome's features. You see this here, right? There's something called reports here. You can see it. You click on it, click to create a new report, and you don't have to worry about, there are so many fields, right? There are impression, reach, ad delivery metrics, user journey, conversion metrics. You don't have to worry about all this. Everything is available inside Meta's report generator. All you have to do is simply go to this panel and choose what you want. So in here, in the report creation panel, on the right hand side, if you are able to see it, you'll see that there are all the metrics that I was tracking available here. So if you click on metrics, you'll be able to see all the metrics like amount spent, impression, reach, results. This is what I was talking about, right? This is what is there in the report. So you have to download this at the campaign level, right? And once you have, let's decided that yes, this is the action I want to take. So let's say I have decided that for this ad, or for this particular ad account, or for this particular campaign, the CPM is high. I want to fix the CPM, right? Let's say you have decided. So report part is clear, right? You have to just simply come here, click on the report builder, and then choose what metrics you need in your report. Meta will create that report. Then you have a button called export on the top right corner. It is because of I'm zooming and zooming out, there might be some confusion. But once you are at the report screen, on the left side, right side corner top, you will see a button called export. You can simply export the data from there, and then you will be able to arrange your Excel similar to what I am displaying on the screen. If you need this report, you can join the community. You will be able to download the report from the community. We'll add in the this particular video. We will create this video lecture within the community, and we'll add this report template there. So if you need it, you can download it from there. It is not for public consumption, so I'll not add it here on the live chat. Okay. Now let's go back. Let's say you have decided that I want to optimize for CPM. I want to decrease my CPM. That's what you have decided. Now, what action can you take? How can you do that? So the CPM is at three level. You have a campaign level CPM, which is like for all the ad sets within that campaign. What is the average CPM? Then there is a CPM at the ad set level, which is like an average of all the ads within that ad set. Then there is a CPM within the ad level, right? If you keep going down, let's say for this campaign, there is a CPM for this particular ad, there is a CPM of $50, which is very, very high, extremely high. $50 for per thousand is extremely high. You want to optimize your campaign, you want to go, then you need to click on the campaign name and go in the ad set and look at the CPM that is more than like the average, right? That is more than the actual average of your campaign. So in the campaign level we had $50, right? But if you look at here, there are certain ad sets that are like spending almost 100, 166, 107, $140 or $200 just to get you 1,000 visitors, just to get you 1,000 impression. It's not visitor, only impression. So that's a very, very high cost. Now there are two options you can take. Maybe within this there are certain ad sets that are not performing. Now in order to see what is not performing, next action you can take is you can choose an ad set. Like let's say this ad set is costing me $166 per 1,000 views. I should click on this, and then I should see, is there a particular ad within this campaign that is costing me lot higher than the other campaign. So right now we see there is a clear outlier, right? 158, 158, then you have 195. So 195 is a clear outlier, it is costing me more. But how many people is it able to bring? Are we getting purchase? So those are the like related metrics you have to see. You cannot just decide because this CPM is high, I should stop the campaign. Maybe your average order value is good, maybe your CPC is good, maybe you're getting purchase because of this campaign. Other campaigns, though the CPM is low but they are not giving you good purchases. So those are the like other important decision making criteria you need to see. If you see that there is a clear pattern which is high CPM, high CPC, low average order value, then you can simply pause the campaign, right? But if there is only the CPM is high, that means the audience quality is good. What next action you should take? Maybe you can refresh the campaign's creatives. That's one possibility for you. That may bring down your CPM, but the campaign is like ad set is overall giving you good number of orders. You don't want to pause it, right? So that's how you take a decision. That's how you decide. So we are going from campaign to ad set to ad. Keep looking at the CPM as one of the metrics. Then when you find an outlier, you compare the CPA, cost per acquisition, average order value, CPC, other metrics with the CPM. Is it going good in comparison to the like impression? If people are clicking after seeing your ad, people are actually purchasing after seeing your ad, and that means the audience quality is good. You don't want to lose that audience, you don't want to pause that campaign simply, but you want to look at what is causing the problem. Now there is one option here. If you see my screen, there is something called breakdown. Are you able to see it? There's something called breakdown here. You can actually break down this particular ad set according to different demography, according to geography, according to delivery, placement, platform. So let's say this campaign is performing good. I want to see whether it is performing good across all the platforms. Across, when I say platform, it is Meta, Facebook, Thread, Audience Network. Those are the platforms. When I say placement, it is the feed, left side, right side, story, and everything. So the moment you choose a breakdown matrix, you'll see that this particular ad is doing good in the Facebook profile feed. On the Facebook profile feed, I'm paying only $40 CPM. But if you look at the desktop Facebook, there are only 5 clicks on a desktop Facebook, but the cost per impression is like for CPM is almost $1,400, right? So I'm clearly able to see that this ad is performing good, but it is not performing good on a desktop Facebook feed. So if I stop just this replacement, if I'll go to editing my ad, and if I exclude this placement which says desktop on the Facebook feed, I should be able to bring down the cost significantly, right? So that's an optimization you can do. That's the level of optimization you can do. And to reach that, you need to keep doing the breakdown. So right now we looked at the placements. You can similarly look at other metrics also. So let's say I have optimized for placement. I'll go back and I'll choose another metrics. Let me choose something else. Let's say for demography, I'm looking at the age. At what age group this ad is performing, what age group is not performing. You can see the age, right? So people who are in the age bracket of 45 to 54, that's where I'm paying the maximum. And those are the people, maybe they are the one who are looking at the desktop Facebook feed. So I can exclude this audience age group also if I want to reduce my CPM. That's possibility, right? Next is you can keep looking at the different metrics. Now there is geography related metrics because we are only running this campaign in one geography. It is not showing me different metrics right now. But delivery also, you know, like first you need to remove this age wala bracket, then it will give you other option. Now come back in the geography. You have country, you have region, you have business location, DMA region. Within delivery, you can see placement. Time of the day is also important metrics. You can see different time, how ad is performing from in 24 hours segment. You can look at it, and it will give you like every hour how the ad CPM is performing. So there might be an outlier. So maybe in the midnight you are not getting the same kind of delivery results. You might want to reduce your like pose that particular time frame. That's possible in your ad scheduling option, right? Now, this is how you keep looking at what are the outliers, and do not just take action immediately. If you see an outlier, do not just say that, okay, I'll close this and this will be fixed. You have to look it in relation to the other metrics that are important for you, for your campaign, for your shopping campaign, and how you can fix that. So this is how, and then you can look at the platform and device combination, placement and device combination. So device is basically iPhone versus your laptop, computer, Android, smartphone. You can keep looking at that also. So if you see here, device desktop is a clear outlier. I've already told you that. The second clear outlier here is this. It is Android smartphone on Facebook feed. So Android smartphone and desktop are clear outliers, and also the Android tablet. So Android tablet and the desktop feed are my two biggest outliers. If I just exclude these two metrics, I will be able to save a significant amount of money, right? So this is how you analyze and optimize your existing running campaign. uh, any questions, anything you want to understand further than what I've already shown you? Anything you want to talk about? I might have to close this call in 2 3 minutes because I'm getting a lot of reminders that I have to finish early. Okay, attendance. Those of you who want to mark your attendance, you can do so here. You can mark your attendance on this. And also, guys, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done that yet. Just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Any other questions? Any other questions? सर अगर चेंज करने के बाद ऐड अपने आप अपडेट हो जाता है? यस. सो when you update the change, you publish it, right? The moment you publish, this will be live. Moment you publish an ad, this will be live. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Any other questions, doubts, confusions? Okay, guys, thank you so much and see you all on Monday. Make sure you bring more of your friends. We want to see some real engagement in the class. It will motivate us to do better. So if they are not coming, make sure you bring them here. All your friends, colleagues, people who are studying with you, people who are working with you, people who want to learn the Google Ad, Meta Ad. You can share this on your social media also. From Monday, we'll start the Google Ads classes. For next 2 weeks, we'll try to complete everything in Google Ads: search campaign, shopping campaign, performance max, AI max. I'll try to cover maximum of them. All right. Thank you so much and happy Raksha Bandhan. See you all on Monday. Take care. Have a nice evening. Good night.